How is it going today?
Lois.
Oh, it's Kingdom Minds Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne N Jazz. Today we have for you WandaVision. Okay, I know that was bad. I wasn't even trying to hit it the right way.
I know, yes.
Right. Episode 3. Episode 3. Spoilers review.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
It'll be hard to talk about it without spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. So where are we starting from?
So we're starting. It looks like this episode is definitely like Brady Bunch. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
This one was Brady Bunch vibes. They did the whole intro like it and everything.
In color.
Right, in color. And they are definitely set in the 70s.
Yep.
And this time they're dealing with, the spontaneous pregnancy that Wanda has.
Exactly.
And Vision is looking at it like, this is not supposed to be happening. Like, they had a doctor come over and he was like, how far are you? And then she said 4 months, and then Vision was like 12 hours ago.
Right.
Because that was truthful. It was like, it happened 12 hours ago, and now she's like, as if she's 4 months pregnant, and she's trying to tell him to like, shut up. Like, cause basically, like, he said 12 hours, and she grabbed his leg and was like, be quiet. Like, shut up. So it's like, Vision knows that something is wrong here.
Yeah, we had that scene with Herbert and the shrubs, and then him cutting. It's like a brick wall, and it's like on his side, and so he was cutting his shrubs earlier, and then he's just cutting into the brick, and then Vision sees him, and he's like,
"You getting a little too deep."
Yeah, he said, "Oh, thank you," and still keeps cutting. Like, I was just like,
yeah,
what's
so
going
that
on?
was weird.
We had the Hydra commercial. Yeah, there was like, when you don't want to remember or something like that.
No, she said, they said when you want to get away, but you don't want to go away.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
basically, and then it was like Hydra soap.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And
It was like
obvious Hydra.
Yep.
Easter egg right there.
Yeah, yep.
But it was just weird because like in this one, like, so remember last episode when she saw the beekeeper and she was like no, and then like
winded up like a
everything.
VHS.
But this time it was like a jump cut edit. It was like as if, because Vision was noticing that things were wrong, and he was like, Wanda, this is not right. Something's wrong
not
here.
right.
And instead of rewinding it,
it's
kind of like she deleted it. Like she deleted that segment and started over.
Yeah.
Not even rewinding it. She was just like, cut out. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
I was like, oh. I was like, oh no.
Okay.
She's even doing it to Vision. She was like, Vision, you not gonna mess up my reality either. She's like, look.
Yeah.
You better stay in line.
Right. And so it just had a lot. And then we had Geraldine. And she came over.
She came in as Foxy though.
She came in as Foxy because she was like, oh hey Geraldine.
And then she was like, oh it's Foxy.
I think she said it was Foxy. Yeah, her name was Foxy.
Yeah, she said,
now.
oh it's Foxy.
You know they in the 70s. They in the 70s. She got like a little fro and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, and then she was like, I needed to come to get like a bucket. And then she's getting more and more pregnant.
Yeah, and with that, it's like, because she's becoming pregnant, and her kids are gonna be the twins, Wicked and Speed.
Yep.
So
Billy and Tommy.
So her contractions and all of her like side effects of being pregnant is like affecting the house and the town and making like things go out of whack.
Yeah, it started raining inside their home.
Yep.
And it was just a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Water broke,
the water.
To rain.
Yep.
And it was just a lot of things just like going out of the norm.
Yep.
And the thing that got me was the stork.
The stork, because they had a stork in there, a real life stork.
She painted a stork, and then that stork was coming out from the room.
She painted the stork for the baby's room.
For the nursery room, and then the stork came out, and when she was talking to Foxy, whatever, Geraldine, however you want to say her name, she was trying to make the stork go away, but it was
use
not
her powers.
working.
Yeah, she's trying to use her powers to go away, and it was just like a red dust. And the stork didn't get away. And then the stork
was just shaking it off. Like, girl, that ain't doing nothing to me.
Right.
Then she tried it again. It's like,
So there's a couple theories with that. There's a couple theories saying that might be Mephisto.
I thought that the stork was Mephisto because it wasn't working on him.
Yeah.
And it usually works on everything. Whenever she does something, it happens. But she tried to make the stork go away, and he was just shaking it off like,
Yep.
Like,
and then,
nope.
Yeah, and then and there's another theory that it could be Wiccan. Because Wiccan has his powers from his mom and, Speed, like her brother, Pietro. Speaking of which, that's when it got real. So they had a doctor that, checked up on him. And then Vision went to go get the doctor because she was about to have a child. And he couldn't leave. His car,
he was trying to go on vacation.
Yeah, and then his
car
breaks down.
broke down out of nowhere.
Right.
And he basically, at the end of the episode, he was like, it's hard to escape, little town. So I'm like, I don't know now, because my theory was that like Wanda has taken over this city, which I still think is partially true. I think
so, yeah.
I think it's partially that, and it's like maybe the souls are like in purgatory. I don't know because there was a weird scene where Agnes and Herbert were together and they were like. Yeah, well, they were whispering, and she was like, why is she here? And stuff like that. Like, why is she inside? And he's like, I don't know. And, like, Vision is coming out like, what are y'all talking about? And she's like, oh, it's nothing, and everything.
And then they finally spilled the beans about Geraldine.
Yeah, they were like, is Geraldine in there? And he's like, yeah, why? And then she was like,
she doesn't have a home.
She doesn't have a home. Like, trying to say, like, she's, like, bad or something like that. And then he's like, why are you saying that she's bad, basically? And then Herbert is, like, almost spilling the beans. He was like, because she's and then Agnes was like sitting there looking at him like, no, don't say it.
Right.
And then they tried to like just play it off. So I'm like, I'm thinking like, are they all dead?
That's another theory, that they all dead, and
Geraldine is the only one alive. Mm-hmm. Like penetrating this place. I don't know. Because then Geraldine also had the sword necklace on her as well, which led up to, which was the cause of was when Wanda said that she had a twin. Like she remembered it. And like she hasn't, and the thing that's crazy about that scene, she has not mentioned her brother by name.
Yeah.
At all. For a long time. Mm-hmm. And so when she saw the twin, she was like, I used to be a twin.
Yep, because that's when she had. Like, oh no. Yep, because that's when Tommy came out first, and then Billy came out second, because he was like, oh, we're having twins, and stuff like that. And then she was singing to them in her native. That's when her accent finally. Her accent finally came out.
And I was so happy.
I was like, finally!
I was like, thank God. And like I loved when she had her accent. Like it just kind of like made her speak with an American accent later on. I get to maybe like fit into.
Then Geraldine dropped that.
And then Geraldine just like spilled the beans. It was almost like she was remembering it. Like she forgot.
Yeah, she was like, forgotten.
It was like she forgot that, and then like when she said, oh, I used to be a twin, and then she just sat there just like.
And I felt like she was remembering it. She was like, Pietro was killed by Ultron. That's when Jazz was like.
I was like, don't say that. I was like, don't say that. Because then when she said that, then that's when Wanda kind of like snapped out of it, and she was just like.
What did you say? And then she was like, kind of like.
She was trying to backtrack.
Yeah, she was like.
She's like, oh no, not
it's time for me to, my turn with the kids.
And then Wanda was like, no.
You're right.
What did you say?
And in that time, Vision wasn't in the house at that time. Mm-hmm. And he was talking to Agnes and Herbert when they was like, talking about Geraldine. Mm-hmm. And so then we get to the scene where she's just. That scene where we saw in the trailer where she's thrown out of somewhere.
And I knew that was going to happen this episode.
Jazz was saying this episode while we was watching it. She was like, something's going Geraldine is gone. They talking with Geraldine a little too much this episode.
Well, it was because of the clothes too and like the setting. Because like each episode was like going like 10 years. So I was like 50, 60. Next episode's going to be 70. And then
80s,
Geraldine or Foxy, whatever her name is, she was in 70s clothing when she was pushed away. So I was like, she's going to say something that is going to piss Wanda off and it's going to make her get her pushed out of the reality. And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly.
So I was like, yes.
Yep. And so she got pushed out, and then that's when we see that scene with Westview.
Well, she was outside of Westview. Yeah, she was
outside of Westview. So now that has to confirm, right? Almost half confirm that Wanda's taken over some neighborhood.
I think that confirms she has taken over a neighborhood, which is Westview. Because if you look at it, when she was pushed out and like she was on the ground, there were like tall lights like facing.
It looked like a football stadium.
It looked like it was like a perimeter of lights facing Westwood, like circling it. Like so, like this section is the section that Wanda's taking control of, maybe. Yeah. And like on the outside, they already had like tents of like agents and cars and everything. So I feel like that was Sword sitting out there. Yep. Like, and I think that's where the people are housed that are seeing Wanda. Yeah, like,
seeing
on the
everything.
TV. Like,
but the thing is, how are they looking in?
I think because maybe at first I thought it was because of Agnes. Now I'm thinking it's because of Geraldine as well. Maybe because she's a sword agent. Right. It looks like because she had the sword necklace. Right. Yeah. So maybe they were using her to spy as well. I don't know, but it seems
we're still trying to figure out is Wanda getting did they like because they confirmed Kevin Feige confirmed that this is after Endgame.
Yes.
So that's confirmed, guys. But it's like, is Sword like doing an experiment with her, or did something bad happen? And we don't know. There's still a lot of missing holes within this series.
And I was seeing some people saying that maybe Mephisto's trying to manipulate Wanda.
Yeah.
Because he wants the kids.
Yeah, somebody said the stork. Yeah. The stork was like pulling at her leg, like, oh, you gotta get out of here because you're messing up
Geraldine out, like get her out.
Messing up the kids that I'm trying to manifest into.
Right.
So I was like, ooh, that's yeah.
And plus the other previous episodes, they were saying like, like for the children and stuff like that, and there were no kids present until after that happened. That's when she got pregnant and everything. So I'm like, they're like, is Mephisto trying to manipulate Wanda's false reality to have the kids?
Yeah.
And to have them now so that he could get a hold of them, maybe.
Because in Loki's trailer, there was actually a picture of Mephisto in like a glass thing, a glass painting or whatever. So I think that they're trying to definitely incorporate him in here. I think he's gonna I think it's really subtle though that we won't get it, but that's what they're trying to do on top of the extra stuff. So I'm ready for the next episode. It's just like not enough, bro. It's not enough. It's like 20-something minutes.
But see, I was thinking that too. Like it's very short, but I think they did that for a reason.
Right.
I feel like they did that because like the old TV shows, since they're doing the sitcom thing, they weren't hour long. They were less than 30 minutes. Yeah. So I think that's why the episodes are so short, because they're trying to make it the same like time length as it would be for like those sitcom-y things. Yeah. And then I think that once we finally get out of that, it may turn to like
it has to go. It has to get longer.
Yeah, like it might be longer episodes, like an hour or 45 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it has to. I definitely know the finale of the night, because we got how many more episodes do we have?
I have no
Episode
idea.
3. So we got 6 more episodes. They have 9 episodes, and I think the like last 2 or something are probably have to be hour. They have to be hour long. They have to be hour long. We got to get in the nitty gritty, because they said that they use movie like budget for these TV shows. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I'm ready for that to come out.
Yeah, so
I'm ready.
There's just so many mysteries. There's so many Easter eggs that we haven't even. We're just talking about the main story.
Yeah.
We haven't even gone into the Easter eggs that is probably in there.
Yeah.
And that we're gonna get to. I'm excited though, but it's just not enough right now, Marvel. Yeah. Come on, Disney. I need more.
And then also heard. Well, no, they did delay Morbius.
They delayed Morbius. That's Sony's product, Sony's movie.
Still.
And I think they delayed.
And then
Black
I heard
Widow.
that they was delaying Black Widow again.
Because they were trying to wait for those theaters to open up.
Look, they ain't open.
I think they should do it HBO and Warner Media, AT&T doing
on HBO, whatever.
Right, HBO
Make
Max.
us pay for it if you want to, because we got to pay for it whether we go to the movie theater or not.
I think they should just do it. I think they should do it like HBO did. They said the same day. You can watch the movies if you want to, but you can watch it at home. Right. And just cancel those little free trials and just do it like that, because people will pay for Black Widow.
Like, come on.
Her movie's overdue.
She should have had a movie before she died. That's what I believe. I feel like she should have had a movie saying what she was doing in Budapest and all this other stuff before she freaking sacrificed herself, okay?
We let Captain Marvel have a movie before Black Widow.
Thor had 3 movies before Widow could have one.
Right. I agree.
Come on.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And the second one was boring.
Second one, everybody agrees that the Dark World was mid.
It was boring. I fell asleep.
Twice.
Yes. And I don't fall asleep on movies.
It was mid. It was mid. Everybody agreed that that Thor movie was really mid, and
come on.
Yeah. So. But anyway, guys, our rant is done. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and share.
Some more. Deuces.